Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hotalk NBA channel. The topic I want to talk to you about today is who is the strongest in the East Coast of the NBA? In my analysis, the Celtics are not the strongest team. This can be seen from the failure in the finals with the Bucks and Warriors in the past 2 years. It is obvious that they play team tactics similar to the Warriors. There is no relatively strong center, so it is very difficult to reach the finals unless he can train to the same level as the Warriors. Looking at the Heat, they have defeated many strong teams with great miracles in the past 2 years, proving that their tenacity is very strong, but they lack a strong center to defend the basket. Of course, the number of injuries to their players is also a reason. But can he perform at the same level this year as last year? I think it is difficult to break through now that there are more strong teams, but the good thing is that there are good newcomers and the injury problem is better than last year. I believe it is still possible to reach the playoffs on the East Coast, it just depends on how far it goes. Question: if they add a big center like O'Neal, they can win the championship in 1 year, but obviously they have no intention of doing so, so there is still a big question mark about whether they can win the championship. So what about the 76? I think they still lack experience in the playoffs and no one can control the team's offensive and defensive capabilities. If they change their tactics and add some organization, I believe they will go further. In addition, although they have a strong center, the center is not too flexible and fast. Many times the offense will be double-teamed and the strength is not strong enough to control the bottom of the basket, which is also lacking. As for the Bucks, after all, he once relied on one person to win the championship. The team must have the strength and the ability to dominate the game, and the overall strength is also strong. However, the current defensive power is not as good as last year. If they can find a way to defend, such as the powerful power forward can make up for this problem. I believe it is very possible to enter the East Coast Finals again because they are indeed relatively strong. They must be fast, tall, powerful, and organized. It can be said that if there were no major changes, they were the better teams on the East Coast in the next few years. There is another team that I am more optimistic about this year, which is the New Yorkers. He seems to have gained a lot of experience after playing in the Olympics as the main coach, and his offensive power has improved a lot. However, defense is still a problem and they do not have a strong center. So, in fact, they are about the same strength. Under such circumstances, defense becomes the key to victory. A center with strong defense has the advantage. If other teams want to improve, they only need to consider this and they should be able to join the strong teams. Another team that is more surprising is the Pacers. They have a good general and their overall strength is not weak. They have a defensive center and offensive power. Their strength is average. As long as they take a little time to get used to it, they should be able to make a difference in a few years. Promote. So, what's the problem with other teams that they can't improve in a few years now? They have no shortage of stars and their team tactics are not bad, but their results are not very good. I think the main reason is also a lack of strength. The 5 basketball positions are not as good as other teams on average. This is a problem of innate ability. If you want to change it, you can only. The solution can only be solved by replacing the root cause and making a major shift of players. This may be related to the vision of the team leader who cannot find good stars to sign or may not have enough funds to attract stars. In this way, the weak will become weaker and the strong will become stronger. As long as the team that can retain good stars often has better performance, well, a weak team that cannot change the current situation will not have much chance of getting rid of its weakness. Nowadays, there are some teams that can slowly grow from weak to strong because the stars in recent years are all of similar strength and none of them stand out, so they are relatively close in terms of strength. If the defense or offense is not as good as it is, success or failure will be the difference. The key is that as long as a team does well and has better stars, it can become a strong team. In addition, reserves have also become the key to a team's success or failure. A team with weak reserves often performs poorly. The reason is that the reserves can share part of the offensive or defensive power for the main force and can also allow the main force to gain rest time. With good reserves, the team's endurance and resources can be said to be better. For example, the key to the success or failure of a general war is resources. Sometimes having good enough reserve resources is more important than the strength of the stars. Such an analysis can actually explain the origin of the team's strength problem. As long as we make up for the weak points and strengthen the strong ones, it is not difficult to become a strong team. There are many times when the team fails continuously. It's not that it's bad to make a review, it's that they don't grasp the focus and feel that their team is not as good as others or that they don't play well. In fact, when the strength of each team is not far apart, if you have a small problem and others don't, it's the difference. Try to find out the problems and improve them. For example, the center is not tall enough or the defenders are not capable of scoring well. These conditions are insufficient innately and it will be difficult to succeed no matter how hard you work the day after tomorrow. It is recommended to solve the problems of the innate shortcomings first and then make fine adjustments the day after tomorrow. I believe that this is also the case for many strong teams who play easily. Weak teams often focus on the problems they have not done well, but the fundamental problem is that they do not use their resources well. Of course, there are also small teams that do not have the ability to change the status quo. This can only be said to be God's will. I hope that one day I will be lucky or have the vision to see a star with the potential to lead the team and help the team rise, but this is also something that can be met but cannot be sought. Just like the Bulls, their stars haven't changed much over the years. The Cleveland Cavaliers and Nets are also in the process of reorganization. They failed to become a strong team for a while, and they didn't have the strength to become a strong team. There is another team. The Magic also surprised people this year and defeated many strong teams, but it was only temporary. It takes a certain amount of time for a young team to become a truly strong team. It's just that the time required for each team is different. They have quality and potential plus everything. Only with normal success can a truly strong team be created. Therefore, many teams have not won a championship for many years. It can also be said that there is not much they can do, and it is not easy to survive until now. So, the last question is, which of the top teams has a chance to beat the West Coast team to win the championship this year? It's hard to say. If it's just the East Coast, of course the strong teams mentioned above have a higher chance. Under normal circumstances, they have a higher chance of entering the finals. But whether they can win the championship depends on what kind of team the West Coast is. If it comes from an upset and is not strong, the East Coast team has a higher chance of winning. On the contrary, if it is a normal West Coast team, I think I am still optimistic about the West Coast team's chance of winning this year. What do you think? Okay, what do you think about this topic? Please leave a comment, share, and see you next time.